Okay, in this session we're going to run the business process change analyzer. First you go to the Solmain work centers. So the work center in question is the test management work center. From the test management work center, in the context navigation menu, you choose the BP analyzer, so the BP change analyzer. So from here on Solution Manager 7.1 SP7, you get 6 options or 6 comparison options. You can have a look at a support pack. You can have a look at an enhancement pack, a business function activation using the switch framework. You can select a transport or several transports from a list to do a comparison. An object, if you know a particular object, we can search for one object at a time, or change transaction, this is for users of Charm. So to do a BPCA run, it's fairly simple. You just follow the steps. So step 1, we're going to have a look at a planned business function activation. You select the system where you want to do the comparison. So I'm going to select my sandpit system. The project, this one takes the project from Solar 01, so generally this is the one we create with the RBPD run. So we've got one of those. You give it a small description and you're pretty much ready to go, apart from selecting the business function you want to compare. So in this example I want to determine what the effects are of switching on catch weight management as a business function. I can search for this guy. Here's the catch weight management. Alright, so this is a module I'm thinking of switching on, but I don't know what the effect is. So virtually I select that, and when I run it, we're going to get some results. The results will take some time to run. The results look like something down here. So in this section I've done a bunch of different comparisons. One of the most interesting comparisons I've done is for a support pack stack. We were keen to run 702 basis support pack 12 into our ERP system in order to convince the good folk at Landmark how much testing we'd have to do. We put this thing through the business process change analyzer and we come up with some very nice statistics. So 2 things I want to draw your eye to. The first one is to show all the intersections, so I'll fire that while I'm talking, and that'll run in the background in an Internet Explorer screen, so I'll minimize that. The other one I want to draw your eyes to is the optimized test scope. This one will run in the background as well. So while we're waiting, this is all the impact of running 702 basis support pack 12. There's a number of unused objects, so 20,000 unused objects, which represents 97% of my load. The rest are going to be used or hit by the business process change analyzer. So with any luck, these guys will have come back. Alright, so this one here is the intersections. So this one is going to show me all the hits from the BPCA. So if I expand this, these are all the programs, object code, the user interfaces, the table. So if I hit this guy, this support pack SAP KB 70212 is going to hit a number of tables. So they're all listed down here. There's an absolute truckload of them. Otherwise, I can have a look at the dictionary objects. So again, you'd expect a whack of dictionary objects. These are the business transactions which are hit. So the object names here. Alright, so you got my old favourites, SE38, SM13, they're all hit by this support pack. And the last one, for the security conscious, all the authorization objects which are hit by support pack 12. There's a pictorial summary up here. Alright, so we'll zoom through that. Now, the most interesting part is the change analyzer. So this tells me here, so maybe what I'll do, I'll change this instead of minutes, which is not real useful. I'll change this to 8-hour days. So while that's spinning, I can talk about what's going on here. So the amount of test coverage, so the best we can do is 62% coverage based on how many automated and manual tests we've got written down here. So the darker green is the automated tests. They're our ECATs, our QTP, or manual, or other type of automatic tests. You might have third-party testing tools. The orange shows the manual effort, so they're my manual tests. And of course the entire test scope is shown in the light green. So for here I don't have any tests written or authored in order to do this. The sweet spot for the testing, once this thing comes back, is at around 61 to 62%. Any testing after that will give you not much return. I'll scale this thing out so we get a better view. I've got a lot of business processes down here. You can't really see them unless you scale this thing out. So I will scale out the x-axis and then the y-axis, and you'll be able to see those a bit better. So while this guy is building, you can see here 41 days. Okay, so at 8-hour days, to get support pack 12 through, it's going to take me, based on the amount of tests that I got, 41 days to test this thing properly. Alright, so these are all the business processes which are going to be touched. Right, so there's a manual document and authorizations, goods receipts. Alright, so there's a good mix of my transactions. If I expand this, we can get the business process hierarchy view. So once that builds this out, so what I can do, I can highlight one of these guys, for instance, and that'll take me directly to the business process in question from the BPR, and then I can check the impacts. I can see the test effort, whether it's manual, automated, and then the total, how much coverage I get for the one particular transaction. So here we've got an interface here, and this represents just let me scroll down. This represents five objects. It's going to give me coverage of less than 1%. Alright, so in summary, basis support pack 12. I thought it was going to be no impact. Man, was I wrong. 41 days. Thanks for listening. That's the BPCA in Solution Manager 7.1 SP7.